All right, welcome back, everyone. It is July 1st, 2025, and we are doing our June month end report here. So, as you can see, again, never wanting to bury the lead. We're currently up about 35%, as you can see here. That's year to the end of June. And it's no surprise you knew the previous month what trades we were in. So the biggie since the previous month report is, of course, our ES long. So we're sitting here currently up about 7%. And let's talk about the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury trade here. Now, if you know me at all, you know I've been liking the Treasuries long for a long time, and they've been rather lackluster, primarily because the U.S. just hasn't lowered rates as quickly as the rest of the world. And we all know why that is. As a matter of fact, I think just a few minutes ago, Powell kind of confirmed it. He's speaking. And I believe the latest headline that I just saw, this being July 1st, about 10 a.m. Eastern is when I'm recording this. Powell just stated that he would have, or the FOMC would have lowered rates earlier and lower had it not been for this this taco tariff nonsense. And you really can't blame the guy. But not to get off topic, the treasuries. Now, we happen to be in the unfortunate and rather silly position where we were long the 5-year. We still are long the 5-year. But just for a day, it poked its head, the 10-year, into a short position. It's like, well, we're long one, short the other. That's not going to work out. You're guaranteed going to lose in one, possibly both. So we did take a short on the 10-year, which again, we don't want to pick and choose what we do and don't, although it looked pretty shitty and silly. So of course, that one stopped out for a loss. Now, let's dig a little deeper on that. You can see it's about a 2.3% loss here. So just going one step at a time, just look at the individual trades. So the 10-year short was a loss. Now, my algo sizes these things as per Kelly criteria based on its probability of success and all the other numbers, how much it makes, how much it loses. Some of that stuff, at least how much it loses, you can control. But just how good the algorithm is will give the frequency of success and the average size of successful trade. So all of these individual trades are wrapped in their own Kelly betting criteria. And the bond shorts typically don't work out well, just as compared to the bond longs, the treasury longs. We're talking 5 and 10s. They both are the same way. So because of that, the Kelly betting system will bet smaller amounts on these shorts. So you can see, even though we've taken 10 years short and lost, and that's the full loss, that's the max we could take, that ended up being 2.3% of your portfolio. The 5-year long, it's not even off yet, and it has even maxed out its long gains as far as we know at this point, and it's already a larger gain. And this is all because of the Kelly criteria, first and foremost, the sizing. And it sizes it based on the probability of the individual trades differently long and short, because they're different probabilities. They just are. So that is one thing I wanted to mention, that even when you're taking losses, you really are taking smaller losses for several different reasons. Some on the algo itself, but of course, wrapped up in that is the size. You've got to get the sizing right, and that is done by the Kelly criteria, and that's how all of these trades are done individually. So what you get is something that is never discussed by amateur traders, and that's the convexity of the trade. And you can see this is what convexity looks like. You are taking trades, and they are on average far greater winners than your losses are. And by the way, bond long trades by themselves already have a nice convexity, all by themselves, not wrapped up into actual trades. So bond trades, especially to the upside, as long as rates aren't going up in your face, they are just generally better trades to begin with. So we happen to currently be still long the 5-year. We're still long the S&P. And I had mentioned a month or so ago that we had caught a U.S. short, and that thing is kind of working out pretty well. That's got our portfolio up another 3.8% roughly. All right, so again, for the year running, I think it's running pretty damn hot. 35%, I would say so. That's a log return. So the actual dollars in your account, if you started with 100,000, you'd be up $42,000. So the difference here is because this is a log return, this is a simple return. In finance, we use log returns. But just so if you wanted to know what that is in dollar terms, that's what it would be. And just let me take a step back here for a second. Over here on the right, so I appreciate all the people that signed up to the Patreon, free, join for free here. Guys, it's not worth it. You want to click on it, that's fine. You will get notice of these videos, but you're not getting anything else. I don't do anything on Patreon. The only thing you're going to get is what you get for free anyways here on this YouTube page, any video that I have. So, I mean, if you're going to sign up for anything or subscribe to anything, it's not this join for free button. That does nothing. You'd click subscribe on this particular YouTube channel. Although, hey, you don't have to subscribe either. Just watch the videos as an unsubscribed individual, and that's fine. You're not getting anything more out of it. So we are currently wrapping up this special offer. I called this the Mind This One offer for about a month, about half price of the primary and only membership level. There's really makes no sense at this point to do any other lesser membership. There's nothing I can offer you other than these trades, and it's an entire package. So before I click this off in the next coming days, that is still available. It's a killer deal because that's not coming back. That's a crazy killer deal because this is the type. Listen, I'm not saying 35% in 6 months. Let's face it, that's a little crazy. But this is the type, the flavor, the genre of trading you're going to get. You are going to get beautiful convexity in your trade. You're going to cut your losers short and let your winners run. That's what it's all about. And you'll notice, let me bring this up here for a second. So here, I'll bring this up, the S&P as an example. This short, did this short look rushed? No. Did we catch the top? Did we preempt it? No. We just got in as weakness developed. And okay, great. We left some on the table, stopped out. But as it continued to get weaker, if it was going to, did the algo catch it again? Yes. Here's another thing. Did the algo try to catch the bottom to go long? No, it did not. Look at how far it moved, up, down, wiggle. Finally got long right here. Is that bottom catching? Is that preempting a move? We no more preempted this long, which has become a major winner, than we preempted this short. Why do I bring that up? Because most people will use some sort of technical analysis to try to divine the future. It's going to do this because of this pattern. It's going to do that because of this pattern. It's got this wave. We're overbought. We're oversold. You know the deal. The RSI, the stochastic, the wave, the average true range, the blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. Folks, there's 10,000 different technical indicators out there. Where are these things helping anyone? They are not, because the people have got their cart in front of the horse that died 20 miles ago. They're pushing the fucking cart. They're pushing the cart uphill, both ways in this case, and not making very good headway. That's not how trading is done, folks. It's amateur trading. That's what you see. It's amateur hour. That's what you see from Nicky Boy at Mind This One. That's the type of nonsense you see from Mike Norman. He's always, maybe this, maybe that, I'm doing this, and look at that, I was right. Well, what? You spoke out of your both sides of your face for 4 months straight and something happened. It's that type of nonsense. It's amateur moves. It's not how you do it. I did not predict anything. I couldn't predict anything. We're not in the prediction game. We're waiting for the market to give us a sign, and then you grab it. Listen, if that sign turns out to not work, this is another thing. People have way too many signs based on technical indicators. And I'll give you an example. Some of you guys that watch Mind This One, Nicky Boy, can fill me in here, but he's got something based on a 61 or 63 period moving average. Why 61 or 63 or whatever the hell it is? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the same stupid idea. Well, that's something to do with every quarter. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Has it been ever been tested? No. Will he ever test it? No. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. That's why he has 61, someone else has 60, someone else has 90. That's what. Listen, the more variables you have, and this wave trading is, I swear, it's got an infinite number of variables, but the more variables you have on a given system, if you want to call it that, although these people don't have systems, the more variables you have, okay, the worse it is as a trader. Just full stop. If you have to make exceptions, that's a variable. If you've got to make 6 exceptions, those are 6 variables. Okay, you have to trade dozens and dozens of what I'm just going to call different worlds of trades to see, is 14.7 on your stochastic. Is that good? Well, what about 12.6 or 10.7 or 21.4 or like what? No, it's ridiculous. You're fitting. And the more variables you have to fit, the worse that thing's going to be going forward. It's garbage. It's all nonsense, folks. What do you see here? Let me pull this up again. What don't you see here? I probably should ask. What you don't see is a Christmas tree of indicators, of trading indicators. Holy smokes. Blah, 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 blah. No thanks. No thanks. For the birds. It's shit. That's why you do poorly. Because you're doing what everyone else is trying to do and failing. That's not how trading is done. That's why you don't make the bucks. That's why you're struggling. That's why Nick's guys are now, down 15% on a 7-week NASDAQ short or S&P short, maybe down 9, 10, 11%. Why? Because you had a chart pattern that you thought was going to work and it didn't, and you held it. I mean, how many things are wrong with that statement? Well, enough that you just shouldn't do it. And amongst professional traders, they already know that. That's why you don't make the money. Folks, I have no better idea than you do or anyone else. Pick your favorite guru of what the hell is going to happen next. The only difference is I admit it. And they actually think they have. Yeah. Prove that to me. I'll just give you my whole trading account right now. You don't. You can't. And you never will. All right, so let's take a look at what convexity looks like here, maybe on a histogram. So let me show you this here. Different ways you can look at it. So these are the bins of returns that are right here. So we're basically looking at this column right here. And what I've plotted is a normal distribution centered around the mean of 0. So you can see we're starting to get a whole lot of outsized gains. This is convexity. All right. You notice this stops here at 4 and minus 4. There's nothing over here because there's no data over here and there's never going to be any data over here. Now, if you want to see the same thing done a little differently, okay, it's the same thing. I haven't got anything labeled here, but it's the same thing with the mean centered around the mean of our returns thus far on our trades. So you can tell the average return is way positive. And you're getting a whole lot of greater than expected returns on the positive side. Okay, and again, this is what positive convexity looks like. And what you're seeing here is a whole lot of returns over here, but that's centered pretty darn close to 0. So you can see we've got 0 to 15 over here, and 15 is way over here. There's nothing over here in the left tail. Right? You're starting to get these right side fat tails. That's what you're looking for. And you're not going to get anything over here because we're smart enough to stop these things out before they get out of hand. And that's why this looks like this. That's what convexity is. And this is what no one talks about because they are amateur traders that do not have the grasp of the mathematics of the market and what works mathematically. All I can do is point it out. This is what we're doing. It doesn't require any type of thinking by way of what people like Mike Norman and people like Nick over at Mind This One, they don't even talk about this. They don't have a plan. They don't have a clue. All right, so we've gone on a little long here, but I just wanted to add some narrative to what's going on. And I will see you next month. Remember, click on this before it's gone. You will thank yourself soon enough. See you here.